Hi, I'm Elizabeth. Let me tell you a bit about my lifelong hobby. I first picked up a book when I was about 5 or 6 years old. It was a book on the Disney movie Home on the Range. I don't know what it was about the book that I loved so much, but I just remember reading it over and over again. I read it so many times that the pages were crinkled and barely holding on. That's where my lifelong love for reading began. Before high school, I really didn't have to think about making time to read. I simply did it because it was fun for me. To me, nothing matched the excitement of delving into worlds with magic or treasures or princesses, worlds where the impossible is possible. But reading was also and still is a necessity for me, something that I didn't understand until high school. You see, school consumed my life in high school. I was so focused on being at the top of my class that I had no energy for anything else, even if it was something that I loved as much as I love reading. And that took a toll on me. My anxiety was at its worst. I was having panic attacks almost every single week. I was struggling to focus in school, and I was so irritated by all of this that I didn't want to hang out with my friends or my family. I've always been an anxious person, but I had never gotten to this point. The one big thing that had changed was the time I was dedicating to reading. And that made me realize that the only time I had a break from my thoughts, my anxious thoughts, was when I picked up a book. The only time that I could really relax was when I really picked up a book and opened the pages and immersed myself in that story. Having experienced how much my life was affected by not reading, I knew things had to be different when I got into college. I knew I didn't want to lose myself in the things that I loved just for the sake of good grades. I wanted balance. So I began to read for an hour every single day. Sometimes that was during my commutes or sometimes before going to sleep. And I can confidently say that that was one of the best decisions I've ever made. My panic attacks slowly went away. I found myself smiling and laughing a lot more. I started hanging out a lot more with my family and my friends and socializing a lot with people at school and work. And I was able to ace all my classes. Reading not only allowed me to better focus in school, but also the creativity and critical thinking skills that reading gave me were extremely helpful as a journalism major. Now that I am starting graduate school to pursue my master's in publishing, I plan on continuing this habit. I know that this new chapter of my life will be one of the most challenging and stressful things that I've ever done, but I also know that as long as I make time to read, that pressure won't get to me the way that it did before, and that I'll be able to achieve everything that I want and to live my life to the fullest. Thank you.